Good evening and congratulations, class of 2020. Thank you so much for joining us today as we celebrate our 8th grade class. My name is Martin DaCosta and I'm the proud principal at Winston Campus Junior High School. Like many of you, I would rather be at Palatine High School among 2,000 people celebrating an amazing group of students, a collective class that will go down in history as one of the best group of students our school has ever had. Students, trust me, there's no one who wishes things went back to normal more than me, as evident by my hair that desperately needs to be cut, which after these last few months of quarantine has become unmanageable. However, we have to count our blessings and see the silver lining in all of this. There's a saying that was memorialized by the Chicago-based Morton Salt Company that states that when it rains, it pours. All of us have heard this saying at one point or another, and for many of us it feels true today, as it may have felt true at other points of our lives. But one of the things that I want to push you on is that our perspective matters. The way that we look at things matters. As many of our students know, I was born in Uruguay, a small country in South America. And in Uruguay, we have this proverb. We say, siempre que llovió, paró. Every time it has rained, it has stopped. While this may sound like such a simple cliche, it is a message of hope. The reality is that all of us will face adversity. It's part of life. And all of us have faced many adversities in such a short period. But our outlook matters. The way we look at our circumstances matters. Adversity builds resilience. And resilience is a trait I am proud that our students possess. As you step into your high school careers and walk the hallways of the same buildings we were supposed to be at tonight, I hope you are reminded of how resilient and influential you guys can collectively be. This school year has certainly been a memorable one at Winston Campus. While all of us on staff this year encourage you to be connected to our school and participate in activities, you took the opportunity to make Winston a better school for future students to come. Because of you, our school is in a trajectory to be one of the best middle schools in the state of Illinois, where a positive school culture is at the center of how our school operates. Who can forget how during our first day together as Winston students, a student-led Viking Thunderclap kicked off our PBIS assembly at the start of 7th grade, a practice that has continued throughout your time here. Your leadership started clubs and activities not seen in many other middle schools. Your leadership pushed me and pushed our staff to be our best on a daily basis. Let's not forget that schools historically were created to assimilate students, to change students to be more like the school and fit the norm. However, from the moment you stepped in as 7th graders, you changed the school to be more like you. From starting an anime club, to a lacrosse team, to having one of the most successful robotics team at the junior high level, your efforts reminded us why Winston is a school of champions. From sport to sport, our athletes fought hard and represented our school well to achieve district championships in many disciplines. And as always, it was a fun time with friends, cheering on our fellow warriors. As teachers work hard to learn new ways to make lessons engaging, we saw our academic achievement scores rise. And most importantly, we saw students grow academically at very impressive rates. There was so much student involvement inside and outside of class this year, which really helped to make this a great year at Winston. The pandemic of COVID-19 forced us to practice social distancing and start e-learning. It was a strange adjustment, but warriors found new ways to learn and to continue to support one another. It created a different but memorable part of our school year. It was a memorable year, to say the least. Thank you for being part of the memories and for keeping the warrior spirit alive at Winston. There have been so many challenges and successes along the way. Those moments have made us stronger and will stay with us forever. 8th graders, we wish you all the best as you begin high school. Keep your warrior spirit strong as you go beyond the walls of Winston. And don't ever forget, we are warriors.
It is my honor and pleasure today to congratulate you, the students of the class of 2020, as you graduate, albeit virtually, from 8th grade. It is one of many milestones you will face as teenagers, and I hope you are equal parts proud and excited about this rite of passage. While I am sure this is not how you expected your graduation to take place, and that the uncertainties we face today might seem to put a little damper on your accomplishments, I want to share with you one thing that I am certain of, and that is you, and you are yet to be tapped full potential. I know you have worked hard in junior high and are prepared to apply what you have learned during your time in District 15 to the rigors of the high school and all that they expect of you. I know you have worked hard in junior high and are prepared to apply what you have learned during your time in District 15 to the rigors of high school expectations. No matter what high school you will be attending, I know you are ready. The 4 years that lie ahead will simply fly by. I encourage you to get involved. Continue to work hard. Make new friends. Try out for sports or get involved in clubs. Look for ways to volunteer and give back. The opportunities truly are endless. I encourage you to make the very most of your high school experience by continuing to challenge yourself in every way. I am confident that you are ready to tackle and embrace all that high school has to offer. So on behalf of the Board of Education, I congratulate you, the graduating class of 2020, and wish you nothing but the very best as you begin the next chapter in your educational journey. Congratulations.
We're here. This is it. We've made it to the big leagues. We have accomplished many truly great things. Let's recap. We had many celebrations, including Minute to Win It, March Madness, many great dances, many field trips, 7th grade graduation, and even Coronacation. These 2 years at Winston have been so memorable for all of us. When we did March Madness, it was awesome, but in order to get that awesome celebration, we had to earn it. We worked our hardest, showed school spirit, and were respectful to others. The dances were so fun. Those are things we'll never get back. We'll never be able to have another fall dance in the year 2019 at Winston ever again. Crazy, right? So when we had the dance, we made it the best we could. Whether we made new relationships or found new friends or got good grades, it's been a whirlwind of a good time here at Winston. You know, we've been doing so much work these past 2 years. We had to do our immigration projects, our podcasts, our exercise plans. It's been so much work, it's been hard to keep up, am I right? Well, if you didn't already know, it's just going to get harder. Once we get to high school, we are going to be assigned so much work. I know, that sounds nerve-wracking, but it doesn't have to be. Have you ever heard the phrase, success is like a ladder? Well, how tall is your ladder? Is it short? Is it tall? It may take us a while to climb to the top, but we can all get there if we work hard, if we try our best, if we persevere through all the challenges life throws our way. Over time, friendships changed, new relationships formed, and styles differed. Now, coming out of Winston, we are confident. We found out who our true friends are, and now have great Winston spirits and are ready for our futures with our friends at our sides. The middle school ladder was an important part, but now we are moving on with our lives. We will miss Winston and the great memories it has given us, like when Jared Payton came to our school and we surrounded him trying to take selfies, or when we spent all the time in the bathroom doing TikToks. When it comes to high school, the climb will require more dedication. It might feel stressful at some points, but as long as we try, and sometimes get help from teachers and classmates, we will reach the top. As we go on to this new chapter in our lives, we need to remember that nobody expects perfection. We all know that these are stressful times right now with coronavirus taking over, and we all thought that these special events would be happening as normal. Well, we can see that these events are now completely different. They are not going to be perfect, but that does not mean they won't be special. This time period is historical, and we are doing the best we can with the circumstances. Bruce Nussbaum, the author of Creative Intelligence, once said, "I am a believer in perfection being the enemy of innovation." There is not one person in this world that is, quote, perfect. When it says enemy of innovation, that just means people who try to be perfect aren't truly being themselves. If Thomas Edison tried to be perfect, then we might not have a light bulb. We need to learn in life to be flexible. Things won't always go as planned. We should be able to take this situation and make it perfect in our own ways. Instead of thinking about how much we miss our friends, we can use this time to form stronger bonds with our families. My advice is to put on something comfortable. Don't put on the tight dress or the itchy tie just to impress. You just need to be you. I'm not saying wear sweats to a concert, I'm saying do the best you can. You need to be the best you can be. This school has given us many memories. We will all miss the school. We will miss the teachers who taught us all the important knowledge we thank them for. We will miss the classes where we made many great memories. We will miss seeing the little kids during the passing periods. Maya Angelou once said, "People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." Moving forward, we all need to always remember to be kind. You never know what people are going through, and we always want to show our kind and happy Winston spirits. We will miss everything about Winston. Thank you, teachers, friends, and family for helping us along the way. Congratulations, class of 2020. We are and will always be warriors.
Wow, here I am presenting my 8th grade graduation speech. I remember in 1st grade being amazed by 8th graders' difficult math problems and wacky words. I couldn't imagine being in their shoes, but now I'm about to walk into high school. I'll dearly miss Winston. Every day students are welcomed by teachers and principal greeting us in the hallway. Our friends were waiting for us in the classroom to catch up or talk about how our teachers give us too much work. Our teachers worked so hard to prepare us for high school, and on top of that helped us whenever we needed a shoulder to lean on. To be honest, when I came to America in the start of 7th grade, I was terrified of starting a whole new life. The first day of school, I couldn't even get a sentence without mistakes or wrong pronunciation, but my teachers and friends helped me learn quickly. Going from almost zero experience or knowledge to a life with amazing friends, teachers, and successes, but most importantly, amazing memories. Some days at Winston were hard, some were great, but every student can agree with me that these past 2 years, we learned something valuable in junior high. Some of us learned how to love ourselves and become a better person. Some of us learned how valuable trust is and staying true to your word. Some of us learned how to persevere through rough times. For me personally, I learned all the ones I stated. I persevered when I wanted to give up in school. I found solutions such as academic support. I learned how valuable trust is to maintain healthy relationships with my friends and teachers in Winston. Which reminds me of a quote by Douglas Smith. Whatever blocks you encounter, you have learned that there is a way over, around, or through them. Our past of rough times doesn't define us. It's how we overcame those moments and how we learned or grew from them. Thank you to our teachers, friends, and families that we are here today. They helped us and prepared us for what's coming next. We now know that we can overcome anything if we trust ourselves and put our mind to it. See many of you soon in high school.
Two years ago, Winston Campus Junior High launched its chapter of the National Junior Honor Society. The National Junior Honor Society students meet rigorous academic requirements, and they have demonstrated great leadership and duty by volunteering time in and outside of Winston campus. Parents and guardians, please join me now as we recognize our National Junior Honor Society students.
The winners of the President's Award for Academic Excellence with Honors must have a cumulative GPA of 3.5 or higher. And the winners for the President's Academic Awards for Academic Excellence with high honors must have a cumulative GPA of 3.76 or higher. Earlier today, these students received a certificate and a pin recognizing their academic excellence. Parents and guardians, please join me in recognizing the recipients of this year's President's Award for Academic Excellence.
Each year, Winston Campus Junior High staff members nominate students for the Warrior Award who best exemplify the following qualities: scholarship, courage, patriotism, leadership, and service. We are so very lucky at Winston Campus Junior High to have so many students who meet this criteria. Parents and guardians, please join me now in recognizing these students at this time.
From among those students, 2 students are chosen by the staff as our American Legion School Award winners. Based on the same criteria as the Warrior Awards, these students represent themselves, their classmates, and their families as truly outstanding examples of these qualities: scholarship, courage, patriotism, leadership, and service. Again, while there are so many Winston Campus Junior High students who exemplify these characteristics, this year's very well-deserved American Legion School Award winners are Kate Latek and Charlie Rebollar. Congratulations.
you so much for joining us tonight, and we hope you enjoyed this evening. 8th graders, we hope that you let your warrior spirit live on. Thank you.